Hello and welcome. Today is going to be part 2 of the Alexa turn on PC. I made additional hardware for it, so it's just a couple of extra wires, and it's to control media functions like pausing videos, muting, and volume up and down, and also entering the Windows password after your computer boots up. In the original video, I showed you guys software I made quickly to do those functions, except the Windows password. But anyways, I'm just going to show you guys this. So with the Leonardo, it acts like a USB keyboard with my firmware. So now you can just plug this into your computer instead, and then plug in the other board into this guy. And you don't need to run the Windows software anymore. Plus the extra bonus is you can now enter your Windows password through the Alexa. So that should be a little bit more handy. The media functions are still extremely basic, so it's really up to you guys if you actually want to waste money buying this just to do that one thing. But the code is open, so you can add as much things as you want. So I suggest getting one of these guys here from here or eBay or wherever. The problem here is these guys don't come soldered on this time, so I can't show you a solderless way this time. So sadly, you got to solder a couple of pins on this. And like usual, just find some of these cables here. So I'm just going to jump into the video. I'm not going to show you everything. I suggest watching this video if you're actually curious about it. This video is just going to show you the minimal connections you have to do with the Leonardo. And yeah, so I'm just going to jump into it so the video doesn't get too long. All right, so I got my hardware here. I got the Leonardo, the relay, and the Node. It's not compatible with the ESP8266. It is, but you need to get a 3-volt version of the Leonardo, and I don't have one, so I'm not going to show the 8266. It would make a smaller package if you used it, but I just don't have it. So open up this guy. Stuff out of the way. Alright, so here's the Leonardo. I'm just going to take a picture and show you the pinouts for it. Alright, so the pins you're going to need for the Leonardo is power, VCC, ground, digital 8, and digital 9. And that's it for this. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to do is plug this into your computer to make sure it works. Otherwise, this whole project is over with. Right, so go into my package and open up the Arduino IDE, unless you have your own already. You should have my package from my last video. Go to File, go to Open, and then go into my folder and find the Leo keyboard, and open up the Leo. Go to Tools, Port, and set it to the right COM port for it. And again, under Tools, go to Board and select your board version. I have the Arduino Leonardo. Scroll down in this guy here if you're going to use the Windows login password with this board. So what it'll do is when you ask your Echo Dot, it'll enter in your Windows password for you instead of leaving you at the login screen. Okay, so here where it says enter password here, just type in your Windows password. So I'll just enter whatever. And after you do that, that's the only change you have to do if you want to use that option. And then just go to write the board. Right, so after that's done, you can unplug it. Just one more thing I want to show in here, where it says use the baud rate 9600 and 9600. If you're going to use the debug, like the serial monitor, you have to set it to 3800. And I put that in here, 38400, to actually read the data. All right, so we're done with the Leonardo now. So I'm going to plug in the MCU node. Eventually, the right way. Alright, I can close this sketch down. Now I want to go open. Go back into my package again. Go into PC Power Keyboard. In my other video, I already updated the package, so you can download it from the other video or download it here. It'll be the same package. So go into either one you have, if you have the relay version or the Wake Up on LAN. And open up this guy. So the only thing you have to change in here is device 4. You need to make a new one if you want to use the Windows password. So if you do, go to Synric, just like the last video. You're going to want to go add a friendly name. I'm just going to call it Windows. Description, Windows log, whatever. Device type, we'll just name it fan, and then save it. Copy this key. Copy the key here and paste it. Make sure you have no spaces on either end. And that's the only thing you have to change in this guy. Again, if you want to use the Windows password part of it. After you're done, you should already know this from the other video, you want to go to NodeMCU E, and then the port it's on, can't forget to change it. Mine's on 2. And then upload it. Alright, after it's done, you might have to tell your Echo Dot to scan for new devices. Alright, so with that uploaded, we can start wiring up the Leonardo. Alright, so you need to solder the pin, and I chose just to put the pins into the ones that are needed, so I don't fill up all the sections. Alright, so with those pins on, and now with your NodeMCU, I'll show you the connections for that. So you want to use male and male. Alright, so pin 8 on the Leonardo. And if you already made the project from the other video, so this is the only wires you really have to add. There's 3 of them technically, I think. So pin 8 on Leonardo goes to the TX on the NodeMCU. Pin 9 goes to the RX. Alright, so ground on the Leonardo. I can plug it in there. Goes to ground. Any of the ground pins on the NodeMCU. I'll just plug this guy here. And that's marked with a G. Alright, the power one, or the power pin, goes to VCC or VIN on the node. Like that. Right, so I'm using this style here, a male and a female for the relay. So on this guy here, for VCC, goes to VCC on the relay. So the only wires you really had to add for this guy here was the ground VCC and the RXTX to power up this guy here, for if you did the last video. Or you can just follow along and rewire it this way, because you might need to grab the power like I'm doing, the power of this relay. This relay is only a 3-volt relay, but I need 5 volts to power it for some reason. And this is grabbing the power from the USB, not from a regulator. Okay, so just find a ground again on your node. You want something that's marked with a G. There's lots of them. So there's one right there where it's beside the TXRX. So we'll just grab it from that one eventually. And then this guy gets plugged into ground on the relay. Okay, another wire like this goes from the node from D4 there, and this guy gets plugged into the CTL. Right, the only wires we're left to do now is for the relay, and that's what gets plugged into the motherboard to turn on your computer. So a lot of people were confused last time about how to use your power button at the same time, and I showed a picture how to use a Y adapter. But this time I'll just show you using these kind of cables as well. So you need a male and a female for one of them, and then for the other one you need 2 females if you want to use your old power button still. So just plug these 2 guys into one of them here. Alright, so with this new setup here with these wires here, what you would want to do is take a green and a yellow and plug this into your motherboard for where your old power switch used to go into, and then from your old cable for your power button on your case, plug these 2 pins into that. So this way you can use your voice to turn on your computer, or you can use the button. It's really up to you. But I also wrote code, like I said last time, that if you use the switch on the back of your computer to toggle it, it waits 2 seconds and it'll toggle the relay just once. And it'll turn on your computer from the switch from the back of your computer. So it's really up to you guys. All right, so I'm just going to put this into a thing now. All right, so I just 3D printed one of these cases here. I designed this guy here so I can just plug into the side of the computer. Obviously, you would want long wires like this. You'd want them all nice and short and soldered probably properly. The 3D printer's kind of acting up, so things kind of went bad with making the case and stuff. And then I made this one, but it looks more like a margarine lid upside down, so you can probably just hot glue it to something like that. So just keep in mind you don't want to use this USB anymore for the NodeMCU. I just left a port open just in case I want to program it. the one you want to use now is the Leonardo. Alright, so with it all wired up, I'm just going to plug this into my computer and test it out. Alright, so Amazon has changed some of their format, so you can no longer say just video on its own, or it'll try open up video commands. So my last video is a little bit outdated for that, so now you have to say a little bit longer phrases. So Alexa, turn down volume on my video by 30.
Okay.
Alexa, turn up volume on my video by 30.
Okay.
Alexa, turn down volume on my video by 25.
Okay.
Alexa, mute my video.
Okay.
Alexa, unmute my video.
Okay.
And you can also say play and pause my video and stuff. Alexa, resume my video.
Okay.
Alexa, pause my video.
Okay.
Alright, so the last thing I want to show you guys is just a login thing. I'll try it out to see if it works without resetting my recording thing. So now when you tell your computer to turn on, like Alexa, turn on PC. Alexa, turn on PC.
Okay.
So after you do that, now when you're sitting at this screen, you can say, Alexa, start Windows.
Okay.
Alright guys, so that's it for the video. So this is just a small little add-on I wanted to show you I did. It is kind of pointless. There's very few options with it, just the volume, play, pause, and entering the Windows password. That's the only benefit you're going to get out of this guy. Besides that, the code is open, like I said, so you can do what you want, add more features and stuff like that. I just think it's better using this than the program I made, because I kept forgetting to always turn that program on and stuff like that. This way it's always connected to your computer, and yeah, so you won't forget to turn it on. So anyways, I think enough babbling. That's it for the video, guys. Like and subscribe, please, and that's it.